Hello all, welcome back to Shave with Peg Leg. We got a space shave today. One quick question I'll ask. First of all, thank you for showing up and joining me for this. I appreciate all my subscribers. I really do. Thank you very much for being here, taking the time out of your day to watch me. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, I want to ask you a quick question. All right, right now I'm looking at the screen on my phone. I feel like I'm looking more at you, talking to you this way. Now I'm looking at the camera. Let's try without these. Screen, looking at you with a screen, looking at the camera. Now, does it feel like I'm looking away from you when I'm looking at the camera? Because, like I said, this phone, the camera on this side is a pop-up, and it's on the very top of the phone. So, does it feel like I'm looking away from you when I look at the camera, or does it feel like I'm looking and talking to you on the screen? You let me know. For this one, I'm going to look at the screen more than anything, but okay. Anyways, you let me know which one works better. All right, John Bonham over at Cape Cod Shaving. I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description box. Good guy, does good content. For one, him and Tobin from Tobin's Throwbacks are going to do a live shave, I believe on Instagram, coming up very soon. They're both going to be outdoors doing a shave together on a live, which I'm looking forward to seeing that, John. That'd be cool. And Tobin, that'd be cool. Alright. Anyways, he did an all Hagen shave the other day, which kind of inspired me for this one, because I hadn't used my Hagen razor in a long time, almost a year. So I thought I'd break it out and do my own version of a Hagen shave. I had the green box puck, the original regular Hagen puck. He had the luxury one. It's got more scent. The green box is just smells like soap. Okay, his has more of a scent to it than that. I don't have any of those. I used my puck up a long time ago. I don't have another one. So I decided I'm just going to do a shave based on products that are older than 20 years. Okay, because this razor I got 26 years ago. It's a 3-piece. And I will put in the description all the specs for this razor. You guys are probably used to seeing, because this is 26 years old. They don't make this one anymore. Now Hagen makes a lot of razors still, but this is the one you're most likely to see like at Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, or anywhere online. This is the one you'll see that's basically a copy of a Gillette. Oh, almost dropped it. That's my blue tip. But it's basically a copy of a Gillette Super Speed. Put that back so I don't lose it. Alright. This is the one you usually see. But he just did a shave with this one. That does have a good lockdown now. That's not going to come undone easily. That's got a nice, it's closed, and then you give it a nice little twist to lock it. It locks down really well. But hardly anybody sees these anymore because I don't know if they lasted that long. So I'm going to use that with, of course, now I don't have any blades that are over 20 years old. I'm sorry, I don't. A lot of those blades back then were carbon steel. I mean, there was some stainless around, quite a bit probably, but carbon steel, as we know, when they sit, they lose their edge. So I'll just use a Hagen blade, which I know a lot of people don't like these blades, but they're okay for me. I think the people that don't like them are more like John Shaves 101. He says his beard is like iron filings. I have 3 days worth of growth. I didn't shave since Tuesday, but my beard, the hairs don't feel rough and scratchy. They're soft. My hairs on my face are soft. So these blades work well for me. Blades are subjective. It's like I did my 5 oars, my 5 favorite blades. Blades are subjective. Everybody's skin type is different, and we have to go with that. Going to use, it's definitely, this puck may not be over 20 years old, but the brand is 1840 to be exact. And the little bowl I got for it. And I just used this brush the other day, not knowing I was going to do this. My Hagen boar brush that came with that razor and a puck as a set. I got as a gift. Alright. Oops. And for a pre-shave, another soap. Yep. That's the side I wipe my face with. Or my head, I should say. That's what it looks like. It's all icky. Pears soap, another 1850s, 1860s brand. So that's what we'll use for a pre-shave. Let me turn the fan that way more so it doesn't dry out the soap on my face. So I just thought I'd do a little ancient history shave. You want to call it that. Let's get some more water on that. And I'm using an aftershave. It's a set. It's an aftershave and cologne. It's like the decanters, a set of binoculars. It's Avon Tie Winds. Originally came out in 1971. That decanter is from the 70s. So that is a 1970s aftershave. So it is over 20 years old. And my brush, like I said, my Hagen 4. I'm just gonna load it up. Okay. We'll use a Williams shade today. Didn't take much to load this brush, really didn't. Now Hagen, I could not find anything on when Hagen made their first razor or branded their first razor. Somebody else made it for them and they branded it. I don't know what it is. I couldn't find any information on their razors. Anytime you try to search for their razors, all you get is this one popping up. I could not find when they made their first razor. But Hagen started, excuse me, in the early 1900s, even before 1910, in Lith, Holland. They started making soap. Then they immigrated to the United States, or migrated to the United States, whichever way you want to say it, and they started making soap here. And they use a special kettle process of their own making and design to make soaps. And if I can find it, Sharpologist had an article about Hagen. He did a tour of their facility and he wrote an article on it. If I can find it, I'll put a link to it in the description box, if I can find it. But Hagen's been around since the early 1900s. Don't know when they started making razors. So here we go with the 4th use on this blade. Like I said, some people don't like these blades at all. I don't have a problem with them. But we'll give this one a try in the 4th use and see what happens. Now this is a mild razor. It's a mild shaver. Blade's fine, no tugging, no pulling. How many of you guys have watched a video of somebody doing this, shaving, and thought, what is that guy doing? What in the hell is that idiot doing? That's not what you're supposed to do. What are you doing? I mean, besides my videos that you watch, and you say that every time you watch me, have you seen it with anybody else? Because I watched one this morning, and I was like, what the hell are you doing? Guy's got over, I think over 7,500 subscribers right now. And you probably know who I'm talking about. He's the biggest PAA fanboy on YouTube, as far as I'm concerned. He is the biggest fanboy of Phoenix. It's Mark Sharady. You know him? I'm sure you do. Okay. Doing good. If you guys remember, not so many videos ago, I forgot who it was. Damn it, I'm sorry. I forgot your name. I'm sorry. I forgot to look it up. He sent me a razor, the Dollar Tree Assured razor. It's a copy of the Gillette 7 o'clock, and I did the comparison shave of the two razors to show that it was a copy of the Gillette 7 o'clock and that they shaved the same. And I used the Assured blade that came with it, and I did a shave with it. Not the greatest blade in the world, but they weren't horrible. Okay. I had to wet the brush a little bit. I had to get some more soap into it. I used it all up on the first pass. Alright, anyways. He was doing that, and he was using their shave gel, their aftershave, that everything got from Dollar Tree. Because somebody had sent him the razor. And he was going to try it for an inexpensive shave. And he tried the blade with it and everything, and he did his first pass, and halfway through the first pass, and he was like, oh, this thing's tugging like crazy, I can't do this. And he stopped and grabbed a puck of CK6, a tub of, put that on his face, thinking it was the shave gel that wasn't giving. He first tried putting more shave gel on, and that didn't solve it. He was still tugging and pulling. So he changed soaps, and then he was still getting tugging and pulling after changing soaps. Okay. Where would you go next? What would you change next? Blade, right? You would change your blade out and say, okay, this blade is not for me. Blades are subjective. Everybody's face reacts to blades differently. Every blade's different for every face. So you would change blades, right? Well, he did. And he put it into his Rex Envoy and finished the shave with the Rex Envoy. How are you giving the razor a fair evaluation if you won't just change the blade in the razor and say, okay, that blade's not for me. Let's see how a different blade does in this razor, a blade I like, a blade I know. Let's see how it does in the razor and how it shaves. No, he just changed the blade and the razor. It's like, what are you doing? For somebody with as much experience as he's supposed to have, you would think, all right, maybe this is soap, maybe this gel that didn't foam, that was just slick, maybe this is what's wrong. So he put another soap on, fine. He said, okay, this blade isn't working, so I'm going to change the blade. That's fine, that happens too. You guys have seen me take blades that or maybe one shave past their use, and I tried to use it, and I was tugging and pulling, and I've changed blades. I said, okay, this isn't working. Let me put a different blade in. That's fine. You should do that. But don't put it in a different razor. You're not even giving that razor a chance by doing that. Right? Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong. I was like, what are you doing? So if you go back and look at that video, if you haven't seen it, you'll notice he probably only has one thumbs down. And guess who did that? Because I turned the video off at that point. When he put it in the Rex Envoy and started shaving, I just turned the video off. I went to something else. It's like, you're not giving the razor a chance. You never gave, by doing that, you did not give the razor a chance. I'm sorry, you did not give the razor a chance at all to perform. I mean, I understood changing the soap. Okay, maybe this shave gel isn't working for it. Maybe it's making it, it's not proper. It's not giving the blade and the razor what it needs to work properly. So let's change the soap. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, let's change the blade and put it in a better razor. I mean, you went from a $1.25 razor to what? A $200 and something razor? Anyways, whatever. That's enough of that. That was, to me, that was just dumbass. Dumbassery at its finest. That's me. I'm that way. I can be critical like that sometimes. No, not sometimes, all the time. But anyways, this is doing fine on its fourth use. I will save this blade since it's doing fine. It's not tugging or anything. I usually throw them away at after fourth use. But I'm going to push these and see if these work for me a little longer. I can't remember if it's just cold tempered or if they're ice tempered. The blades that they have made for them in Germany are cold at least. Maybe ice tempered blades. And actually, I'm not having a problem with it on its fourth use. It's still cutting. I know I've told you guys in previous videos that you might not have seen that used to be a point where I'd have to use blades that were tugging and pulling really bad because my local Walmart took razor blades off the shelves for long. They're back now, but they had no razor blades on their shelves. They only did cartridge for years. CVS never carried them. My local CVS. I had a Walgreens, one Walgreens near me that carried razor blades. And this was back before you could get them online, or yeah, pretty much back before. Sometimes before freaking internet was even popular enough to have stores online. Just a little bit through here as usual. Just a wee bit right there, not much. I could let it go. I could let it pass and be good with that. But I'm not going to. And you had to buy your blades in a store. You had to. And when you couldn't get any, it was a real pain in the ass. You'd have to use a used up blade or one of these, because I had forget what the model was. I had the Gillette cartridge. It was a 2 blades pivoting head. It was chrome colored handle. It was thin. God, I can't remember the name of it. Alright, anyways. That was the cartridge razor I had, but when I switched, because I got this as a gift, when I switched to it, when my last cartridge ran out, I threw the whole thing away, which was stupid. I should have held on to it because I can't remember the name of the damn thing, but I've seen the handles on eBay going for $25, which I should have held on to mine. But I was a dumbass and I threw it away. So anyways, some more dumbassery. There was times I've had to shave with those little razors with the canned foam. Yeah. Like I said, this razor is mild. But it does a good job. As you can see, the head almost looks like a DE89, so yeah, it's mild. Alright, now we're BBS up here. Here. I probably should catch right in here a little bit. I didn't get close enough to my goat. Got nothing this way, nothing this way. Coming back in, I got just a bare minimum of hairs. Let me see if I can grab them. Yes, 2 pickup passes. I'm going to go in here just a little bit. I don't go that close when I'm shaving because I haven't got my glasses on. I can't really see how close to the hairs I'm actually getting. How close to the shaving the goat off I am. Can you hear it still cutting? Okay, that should do it. That should, yeah. Yeah, that's good. Now we're BBS. Yes, I like to chase. I chase the BBS all the time. Especially on my neck, because that's where you really feel it when and your fat neck starts rubbing on stuff or catching on your shirt and crap. That's annoying. You guys probably don't have fat necks. I do. I got myself somewhere. I got some red on the towel. So we will open up the Allen block, which has been around forever, and we will see where we got ourselves. Nothing up there, cold and wet. Oh, right there. Right there. That's about a 3.5. Nothing up here, cold and wet. This side of my neck's about 2.5, maybe a 3. this is about a 3.5. So yeah, my fat neck always gets tore up. My poor neck. I was reading an article this morning. First of all, I want to know who thinks to get government grants, because this was a government study, to find these things out. Who authorizes, these people have to submit, we're going to do a study on this to get the grant, and then they get the grant. Who's the one that decides that they should get government, taxpayer money, our money, to do these researches to find these things out? Because the article said that the semen, the ejaculate of a horse, has as many calories in it as a Whopper. So you mean to tell me all this time I could have been having Whoppers? Anyway, but seriously, who authorizes who needs to know how many calories are in a horse's ejaculate? Seriously, what good does that do anybody? Well, except for that guy that worked for Boeing that got killed because he was screwing a horse, but no, or the horse was screwing him. Yeah, but you know, besides those people, who really needs to know? And they do studies on the sex lives of insects, and it's like, really? Can we spend our money on something more realistic, something that might be worth something someday? Witch hazel, been around for a long, long time. Witch hazel. Maybe not this bottle or this brand, but witch hazel is pretty much witch hazel. And I like using witch hazel because even though I have a fat face, I want to keep the wrinkles at bay. I need my glasses for this. I want to make sure I pulled the right bottle out. Aftershave. I wanted to make sure I didn't get the cologne. We used that one last. Okay. Thai Winds. That is a good scent. I like that one. I like Wild Country just a little more. And this, I'm using this for a balm today. Johnson & Johnson Baby Lotion. It has been around forever. Like I said, maybe not this bottle, but the product itself has been around for a long time. We'll pick up that scent. There we go. And now we will, yeah, I'm not taking that clip off. Add some cologne. There we go. So basically, a shave with products that have been around for over 20 years, actually over 25 years. And thank you, John Bonham, for the suggestion by doing a video of an All-Vander Hagen shave. I haven't used this in a long time. It was good to use it again. It is a mild shaver. I will have all the specs for this in the description. I'll put a link to his site in the description. And we'll go from there. All right, everybody. I thank you for showing up. We had a good shave today. And I always overdo it and end up giving myself minor nicks, but that's okay. We're good. My neck's used to getting cut up. Oh, I think we look all right. Well, the shave anyways. Anyways, I'll take care. You have a good day. It's getting to that time here, so I got to go out and run some errands, and then maybe I'll stop and get a Whopper. All right, all. Take care. Enough of the babbling fat guy in the camera. You're in the chair next. Happy shaves out there, guys.